Well, hello folks, welcome back to this ETS2 career mode, save with the Custard Haulers. As you can see, we have an appropriately coloured truck that we're taking, or trailer that we're taking all the way from Rome, where we left things off, up to Parma in this delivery. We've got good reason for that, and we'll talk about what that reason is in a second. But yeah, this is a big old truck of milk, not custard, it's milk. And let's have a look at the route before we get started. So we're coming along this coast road, which we have been along quite a lot in the past, but the really interesting bit that we're going to do is this section here, which we've not been on. And I was mulling it over, saying, "Oh, that looks interesting." And Megatron Reception in the comments said he was interested, so he went off to have a look. And he said, I put the screen grab of his comment up there, but it's full of lush forests and some really nice, cool towns that you can drive through as well. So we're going to have a look at that, which will be nice. And as you know, we're on the way with the 1.50 update coming. We're going to be on the way up to a variety of places, but we need to go north basically, and we'll talk all about what has been announced for 1.50 en route. So that is the plan today. So without further ado, let's get driving. We've got a big old drive ahead of us, 8 hours. We've gone the wrong way already, that's clever. So we've got 8 hours of driving ahead of us. It's a slightly heavy load, 27,000 kilograms, but our truck shouldn't have a problem pulling that because it's we have upgraded it quite a lot. So that is good. I thought that car was on its roof, which would have been an interesting thing. Obviously, one thing that we do need to do, because we don't want to be doing this whole drive in at night, we're going to go and have, as I'm not really paying attention there. Yeah, you stop there. We're going to go and have a sleep first up. I'm just going to go over this roundabout, and we're going to go and have a sleep up the top there, and then we can head off after that. We have pretty much gone through the entirety of the streets of Rome. There's not many streets that we haven't explored in this city, but I have to say, and I've said it a few times, I'm a little bit underwhelmed with what they've done with Rome. I really felt that there's more that they could have done here. Some of those, the classic architecture of the Roman architecture. I don't mean like ancient Rome, but just what Rome actually looks like. I don't feel this actually achieves that particularly well, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Right, so somewhere here we can sleep. Here we go. Right, we'll have a little sleep and then we'll come back, so I'll see you in the morning. Right, here we are, some burnt out buildings. I mean, this looks a little bit better. Not that bit, but that stuff over there, I guess. But yeah, I kind of like that. But again, it's not what I would. If you're going to say Rome, I wouldn't immediately think of, burnt out concrete buildings. Anyway, folks, let's get on the road, and then as we go, we'll go through some of the features that are coming in 1.50, because I think there's going to be some really cool stuff on the way, particularly when all around ETS2, but there's some other kind of more general things that look like there might be a sort of interesting additions to the game, but I also want your kind of thoughts and comments on. Ooh, what's that? You can't go there, damn it. On everything you've seen in 1.50. It's not come out yet, but I think the beta is available to test. Never done that, but mainly because I don't think that'd be a good idea given the content that I'm making. I don't want it to suddenly crash halfway through and completely destroy this save. That's not what I want. Anyway, folks, we'll see you down the road a little bit. probably on the coast road. We'll start thinking about some of those features that 1.50 has. Well, we're about 2 and a bit hours into the drive, just over 5.5 hours to go. So that's pretty good. We're due to arrive in about 8 o'clock. It's just past, or just coming up to 2:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. You can see we are making quite a lot of money as well. We've increased what we've got in the bank up to £142,000, so that's great. And this this single tracked highway has now expanded out to a double now, which is a dual carriageway, which is so much better. Which is, yeah, very, very nice. 1.50 is the big news in ETS2 at the minute. That is coming out imminently. The beta is already available to have a look at. As I said, I'm not looking to do anything with that beta. I'm waiting until full release before I do anything too crazy. But there is some rather major changes, but most of the major changes are associated with the map, which is kind of exciting because we like map changes. We'll talk through all of those. All of them have been mentioned actually, and in the last episode, I think it was maybe the last one before that, I was sort of wondering when some of these map changes that they'd highlighted were going to arrive. We'd heard about the Scandinavia test centre, we knew that was going to be in it, but we didn't know about some of the other upgrades to various map regions that had been announced previously. The other things that they've put in there, there are a few other things, but none of those I think are particularly massive. Please let me know if you disagree with that, but we'll talk about what those are as well in a second. But let's think about those map upgrades as we're sort of driving through the Italian countryside. It looks absolutely gorgeous here. We do need petrol or diesel, so we're going to pop in to the gas station, which is just up the road a little way, 190 miles to go. So yeah, so the first thing that we already knew about was the Scania test centre. We talked about that in the last episode or the one before that, and so that is going to be up in Södertälje, which is just west of Stockholm in Sweden, and that is the Scania factory, and they do have a test centre there in real life, which is rather cool. So we're just coming off here, and essentially it's about 3 kilometres, I think, of road, and there's a variety of different types of roads. So we are absolutely going to be having a look at that because that sounds just so much fun. Hopefully there's an achievement that they put in to the game for that. Maybe like a time trial or something you've got to get done in before under a certain time. You know, that I've not seen that sort of thing. Certainly not a time trial. Yes, you've got to get a job done within the correct time frame, but it would be kind of cool. You've got to get it below. You know, you've got to go around the track below a certain amount of time with, you know, X or Y trailer on. I hope you are allowed to put trailers on. You get an option of like trailers that you can add. Right, here we go. I may have taken this a little bit wrong. That's all right. We've done it. We've done it. So, fueled up and ready to go, folks. So, we knew about that one. But what else is coming? So, there has been 2 map updates that they, or reworks that they've kind of been talking about over the last couple of months, maybe even longer than that. And one of those was to the central region, the Rhine region of Germany, which is a very industrial region. So that encompasses 4 cities. So that's Duisburg, Dusseldorf, Dortmund and Cologne. Very, very industrial part of Germany. And as far as I understand it, the SCS are working their way around Germany to really kind of improve that area in the game, and so we know that we've got a complete rework of those cities, I think from the ground up, in those cities, improved road network in those areas, and we also know we've got an airport, an international airport, which has been put in as well, I think, as some additional industries as well. So all of that is very good, and we are certainly going to have a look at that, and we probably, the rate that we're kind of going north, may well drop into there before we get to the Scania Test Centre, although that seems to be the really fun thing to do. I don't know, but I think we'll sort of be in and around that area, I suspect, when 1.50 drops. So the other thing, the other rework that they've been talking about is a really exciting one, and that is Switzerland, and we have seen some preview shots of that, so you can find those on Steam, but they are absolutely gorgeous. Again, they have reworked the cities, the road networks, industries. There's now going to be a chocolate factory industry, and I suspect some others as well. Christ, just about missed that, which sounds fun. And they have put some additional roads in there. But the really fun thing about Switzerland, as we know, it's one of the most spectacular driving destinations in Europe because of the Alps, and a lot of these driving destinations, a lot of these new roads they've put in are kind of reflecting that. So one of the roads that they've got in there is goes underneath or around Mont Blanc, so that's the tallest mountain in Europe. So that's fairly exciting. Is that the tallest mountain in Europe? I'm making that up possibly, but yeah, it is today. It is today at least. I think so. We've got 3 locations, rather big locations, and we'll be exploring all of them. We also haven't fully explored Austria yet either, so one of the previous reworks, so we will be doing that at some point. But as soon as it drops, we'll be going to some of these areas and having a good old look. I'm really excited about Switzerland, maybe marginally less so about Germany, but I think it's going to look great. And the Scania Test Centre just sounds amazing. So those are the 3 big map changes that they're bringing to 1.50. Which one are you most excited about? What are you really looking forward to having a look at? I don't know. Right, folks, we'll move on a little bit, and then I'll come back and talk about the other upgrades or improvements that they brought in for 1.50, which are not related to the maps. I'll see you in a bit. Right, we passed Livorno. We actually did that whilst we were chatting away, and we are now coming off the road here, and we're now taking that road, which is going to be heading off towards Parma. But this is the one that sort of winds through the centre of the country and looks a really interesting one, and that Megatron Reception has recommend we have a look at. First of all, we've got to go through the tolls. As we go through this road, we will be thinking about some of the additional updates that come with 1.50. We've talked about the map up reworks. There's 3 of those which look really exciting. This looks really nice as well. I have been here apparently. I don't really remember why I've been here, but there we go. So what's up there? Okay, that is the quarry, isn't it? That is the quarry. So this is the road that comes off the side of the quarry. Yeah, forgot about that. So we've got to go through there for the quarry. So this was, yeah, that was a fantastic episode. And I think I mentioned previously there was the option to take marble from the marble quarry, but I never actually did that. I didn't see it, and it would have been fun to do that. I would have liked to see a big block of marble. I imagine that might have been quite a heavy thing to take. Maybe it was just a tiny one. Right, so here we go. We're going on a windy route through the hills. It's 5:45, so hopefully we won't have an issue with a lack of light. You can see 2 hours 20 minutes to go, but it's an exciting little drive ahead of us now. So one of the other things that is being included is an update to the Vealton Trailer Pack DLC. So I'm not a big fan, but I've not really looked into the DLCs for the trailer packs. Don't really know how much it gives you. Whether for those of you who have got one of those upgrades, I've got the what was it, the Feisbender or something like that, which is the one that comes with Vincent, the city in Germany. That was basically why I got that. But if you're a big trailer pack aficionado in the game, let me know what the advantages are, why you enjoy the trailer packs. Is it just kind of immersion, having the right trailers available? This is a fun one, isn't it? Or is there more to it than that? Let me know, because I'm not 100% sure whether it's kind of worth exploring some of these trailer packs and spending a little bit of money on some of those DLCs. And what does it bring you? What extras do you get with that other than trailers? What does that do you get some really kind of long, difficult to deal with trailers, or kind of weird articulated things? Is that part of the fun, or am I missing it? Let me know. Anyway, so there's going to be a couple of new trailers that come into that pack, so which are a couple of different lengths. So I think for some people that will be fun. There is also an update to the UI, the user interface, which should. I saw a screenshot of it. I couldn't see the difference really, but apparently there's a few things in different places, and probably as you're sort of playing you will notice it. But yeah, so a little bit of a change around in things to make things a little bit easier to find and navigate, which I think we all appreciate, those sort of tidying up of within games when people do that. So yeah, I think that will be good, but it remains for me to sort of work out whether I even notice it at all, and we will see. So the the improvements in there include a new home screen redesign, a new status bar. I can't remember the details of that. I think that. No, I'm not thinking. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether that was what I remember. Whether I remember reading that right, that it was you just hover over things and you get more information, so you kind of know what everything's about. And new fonts and icons. So it's going to look a little bit differently. That will be fun. It's a nice little drive, isn't it? It's kind of. This is hard to do this in the sun with the setting sun, with the sun in your eyes. This would be a really horrible drive to do, wouldn't it? And if you make one false move, you'd be down in a valley somewhere. Beautiful though, isn't it? And the other thing is, which is probably the most interesting thought, is the lane assistant. So lane assistance, I've never had one on any of the vehicles I've ever driven, but essentially it gives you a warning if you're kind of drifting. So you can toggle that on and off in the options menu. So that's there. And so yeah, let me know, anyone in the comments, if you think you'd use the lane assist. I don't think I would, but there you go. So we come through Monduro. Oh, this is pretty, isn't it? This is very pretty. Might take a screenshot here. Yeah, very, very, very nice little looking place. I think there's a couple of these. I do like this. There's some of these in France as well, in the sort of central regions of France, where some really little pretty towns and villages that you drive through, which are not marked on the game at all, but they are there, and it's just you're just about finding them. So that's nice. So we're kind of going through the hills. It's not mountainous, is it? But it's nice, sort of hilly terrain here, and it means that we've got all these little bends and stuff that make for an interesting drive, particularly if you've got anything big coming the other way. And some feisty little hairpins here. It would be kind of cool. I don't know what you think about this, because there's a lot of generic cars in the game that you get. I mean, you see the minis going around, you see sort of like a lot of generic cars, but what would it be nice occasionally to have some like really, you know, fast, like a sports car or something, like the odd Lamborghini driving around in Italy, you know, really rich guy sort of speeding around in his Lamborghini. I think that would be kind of cool. Right, folks, we are looking a little bit on the tired side. We've only got, how long have we got to go? 40, we've got 24 miles to go. Actually, not far away at all. 44 minutes away. I think we'll just plough on. Here's the second town that was mentioned. Oh, yes, well, obviously. Although that looks quite a nice little, nifty little sports car. This is quite a big town, actually. I preferred the first one, but this is, I mean, this is quite a meaty town. We can't go up there. I just feel like somewhere here there must be a hidden road somewhere. Maybe on the right here, because there is you can see a turn. No. But very, very nice. It's a little bit more generic, this one, but not completely. So yeah, what was this town called? There we go. Castelnuovo de Monte, or Nemonte. And then again we've got this kind of city over the road, which is cool, and into the tunnel we go. Right, folks, not far to go. I think what we'll do, ooh, this is quite a long tunnel. You didn't see that. What are we going to come out to on this side? Oh my god, what's that? What is that? There's Bologna in that direction. What is that ahead as well? Just a second. There's a lot going on here. No idea. Is that a roller coaster car? Anyone got any ideas what this is? That's literally no idea what that is. What about over there? Okay, looks like a bridge of some description. Very, very impressive looking bridge over to Bologna. Not seen that. I'll say. I guess this is something I possibly should be aware of. Ooh. But oh, look at that sunset, man! Oh man! And look at the sky. Look how good the sky looks. I mean, how realistic does that look? Driving into the sun, it looks perfection. It really does. But yeah, that area. I'll see if I can put a screenshot up for whatever that thing was. That bridge. But if you've got any information on that kind of weird sculpture in the centre of that roundabout, I think the best I could come up with was a rocket maybe. Is that I don't know. It looked like nothing on Earth. It looked like a vehicle, but that's it. I couldn't tell you what type of vehicle. Well, it's not a tractor, but yeah. What is it? Let me know. I'm confused. Right, here we are. We're in Parma. I'll drive on and we'll get this truck parked up, and then I think we got a well-earned sleep, and we got to think then about what next. But we'll do that as we're parking up. We'll have a chat about that then. Right, we're making a turn here and sort of heading down here to the left, which will be more or less where our drop-off point is. We have been in here before, so There's a stop. So it's not our right of way, but nothing coming. And we'll just slide on in here. So in terms of what we're doing next after this, as we're sort of dropping this off, a lot of this is going to be about heading north and being ready for 1.50 dropping. So we'll do an easy one here. I realised I haven't actually done a reverse part on camera for a while, but I'd have rather done it in the daylight. That's just an excuse, isn't it? But 1.50, once that's dropped, I think we'll probably have a look around some of the reworks, because I'm really excited about particularly Switzerland. If we get a chance to do that, I'm going to be super excited. But in the meantime, I don't know when this is going to drop, so what we're going to do whilst we're waiting is to head up to Austria, and that would put us in, I think, prime position, because we're not far away from Germany, not far away from Switzerland, and we can head to either of those locations, whatever we think is most appropriate. So let me know in the comments what you think might be a good thing to do next up with these things dropping. Yes, we want to see the Scania Test Centre, but what do we do first? So we weren't upgraded to the next level, but we have completed that job. And yeah, this is where we are. We're sitting in Parma here, and it's not far. We're going to head up, probably up to the likes of Vienna next up as the next plan, unless 1.50 drops, and then we might have to think about, well, do we come over here to this region here, which is the region that is being updated. Anyway, we will see. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you did enjoy the episode, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.